How is it that you manage commercially led clients on calls? Hi guys, my name is Deepak Shukla, founder at the Pearl Lemon Group. We're a business growth and development agency based in the UK, USA, as well as serving clients worldwide. And here today, in day number 62, we're here to talk about how to manage commercially led clients on calls. Before we get into it, please do subscribe if you're getting value from these videos, as well as reach out to us if you need any support with your communication within your team as well as with your clients. And before we get into the meat and bones of this training, please do click the link below to get access to 7 additional strategies that are not shared in this training. So look, when it comes to commercially led clients, there's a couple of things that are really important that you should remember as an account manager. Okay. Now, the first thing, if I'm being honest, and I keep doing these lists more and more in every video fundamentally, but you need to, one, understand the commercials. And you should probably get this from, for example, the sales director. And if the sales director doesn't know, then you can ask on the call. Okay, but the sales director should know. So what do I mean by understanding the commercials? Understanding the commercials is, well, how much money does your business, for example, and they can include, not be limited to these kinds of questions, depending upon the size and scope of the business. So how much money will you generate per, for example, lead that we give you or sale that you make? If we improve X, so understanding how much money the client makes currently on a monthly basis, potentially, understanding how much money a client could make as a consequence of your engagement, and then levying that against the costs, i.e. the cost of, for example, they're paying you, as well as the cost of additional resources that are required outside of yourself, and understanding that within the context of their overall marketing budget, understanding, how much time is being allowed before a result can be returned. If you're an account manager and you don't know the nature of the commercials, basically it's an understanding of the numbers, and it's going to be challenging for you to really manage these kinds of clients on calls. And to be honest with you, if you're working with managing directors or anyone who's in control of a budget or the company's commercials, it's just important that you kind of know, like, how much is the value. So let me just give you some examples. Let's just spitball several based upon our clients. So we got clients that we run ad management for, whether it's across Facebook, LinkedIn, or Google. So knowing the power of one sale is really important. And then understanding, for example, okay, from one sale, they make $100 and they need to typically meet 20 people to make $100, then the value of each lead is $5 because you need 20 leads and one of them will turn into a sale, which is $100. So that means $5 per lead means that they break even, which isn't what we're here to do. Let's assume you need, for example, a 1.5x return. So you need to, for example, to get to $100, if you make it from one lead, we ideally need to bring down the cost per lead. If it's $5 per lead, we need to bring it down to, for example, $2.50 per lead, because then you can get 20 leads for example, $50. And if that's right, but that means that from 20 leads, you generate $100, which means for every $100, you make $200 because you double up. How long does it, what other costs are there involved with those leads though? Well, you need the design agency involved, maybe. You need to build a landing page, maybe. You need to build a content for the page, maybe. These could all be kind of fixed costs, so they're not ongoing. So understanding just some of the commercials around these types of elements, it's just important that you know. And where you don't know them, or for example, the sales director hasn't asked these specific questions, and how much does this contribute towards overall? So for example, if the initial upfront value of a lead is $100 because you're selling, for example, logo designs, then does that tend to bleed into other services? So if you're working with a client and they sell logo design, and you're like, for every 20 inquiries I get, Deepak, I tend to generate one sale. The average order value of one sale is $100, and the average lifetime value is $700. But that will happen with 1 in every 5 sales, but it averages out to $700. So one new sale typically on average lands me, just like one new lead is worth $5, because we do the conversion based upon 20 leads is one sale. One sale is $100. That means each lead is worth $5. So then if each sale is worth $100, but then every, for example, 2 leads, one guy spends another $200, that means you've got the 100, the 100, which is 200 plus another 200, so it's 400. 400 between 2 people means that the upfront value is $100, but the lifetime value is $200 per sale. So now you understand the overall lifetime value, which you can then correlate against your own costs or their costs for you, as well as other associated costs, then begin to understand the commercials. Okay, and that's without, for example, any effects that come from, let's say, SEO, where you get more leads over time and the results compound. So understanding commercials is really, really important, and hopefully that gives you a really good breakdown of what you're trying to establish. This is a very consultative style approach, but it's really important because this is what, for example, me as the founder of the Pearl Lemon Group, these are some of the things that I think about in terms of, well, what are my costs versus my returns, and how can I manage and mitigate risks and otherwise. So understand the commercials as much as you can. If you need some support with that, that's something that Pearl Lemon can help you with. That's number one. Number two, have the ability to do some quick maths. So quick maths will sometimes come up on the call, okay? And if you have the ability to talk to clients about numbers, about costs, about returns, it's going to help you seem way wicked smart. So absolutely advocate doing some of the things that I've just described. Learning or having the ability to do them for yourself in general is absolutely going to help you. So just the ability to do quick maths, I think, is always advantageous. So that's just the third thing to do in terms, the second thing to do in terms of commercials. And number three, really it's those two, and relate. And then the third thing is relate. So the other thing is to relate the work you do to the commercial goals. So where you have understood the numbers and you think, well, what the hell are we doing that contributes towards the goals? If, for example, you're working on a design for the site, well, where you don't know how your work relates to the commercials, then it's definitely your job to relate that to the client. And that begins with first understanding how it relates to the commercials and being able to demonstrate that in a quantitative way. If you're unable to do that, talk to your sales director. If you're unable to get success there, talk to us at Pearl Lemon and we can support you with understanding some of these things when you go into client calls, so you get a sense of what they're trying to achieve. But you always should be able to at least align the work that the client is doing with you with their commercial goals. And it's really about saving money or time, or making money. So saving money or time, or making, saving money or time, or making money. So that's really what we need to establish. Does this save the client time? Does this save them money? Does this make them money? Or, save time or make time, which is kind of the same thing. Because it's about, when you save time, it's also like making more time for new things. So that's something to consider. And when you can align those all together, you'll be able to you'll be much more successful with clients. So there you have it, guys. These are the 4 strategies to manage commercially led clients on calls. If you've been enjoying this video, please do comment with your takeaways below. And again, subscribe if you're getting value from the training that we're providing. Thank you so much.